Market price is driven by herd psychology. And today I'm going to cover some of the secrets with you so you can understand what drives the price up. And if you can understand this, you'll get the confidence that we're going to see probably the biggest bull run to come to date later on this year, flowing into next year. So if you like today's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. We are on day number 2 of crowd herd psychology, what really drives the markets. So let's dive straight in using Solana as our main example. All right, so crowd psychology. First of all, we're using something called Elliott waves. It's the most powerful thing for reading the markets. And what was proven as a science, that markets tend to unfold in 5s and 3s. And this is the typical textbook Elliott wave pattern. And with Solana is what we're using as the example. We're going to focus on this wave 1. This wave 1, what causes it, and why we should be confident that we're going to see it again. Because currently, right now, as we speak, the market is in a position to be down here, right? In Solana, but also with many other cryptocurrencies, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's BNB, many cryptocurrencies. But then the wave 1 also applies to this new wave as well. So we want to look at that. So wave 1 is a rebound wave. That's correct, a rebound wave. So let's just articulate a few of the points. So it's rebound from undervalued levels. And we're going to dive into a live chart in a second, or a backdated chart with Solana to really show you how this plays out. Recognition of survival, that the worst has passed. So when a wave 1 takes off, the worst has passed, and there's this feeling of, okay, the worst has passed. All right, we've survived. Because when something is tanking so much, it feels like it's not going to survive. And then wave 1 is actually the starting point of the change in mass herd psychology from the extreme pessimism at the bottom to eventually extreme optimism at the top. And we saw that with Solana. So we're going to dive in now to Solana to show you this. But before I do, make sure you're taking my free Elliott Wave Masterclass, which shows you this in depth, because there's 3 particular rules that you want to know about that shows you how to do this for yourself with any cryptocurrency, not just Solana. So if we now dive into the live chart, I've backdated the data to the beginning of that wave 1. So today's day number 2. We did a video yesterday, and it's December 23rd, 2020. And what I wanted to show you is Solana back, believe it or not, it went from a pretty extreme correction back in mid-2020, right? And at this point, it wasn't that hopeful. However, there's something called a signal, which is a high getting exceeded, or a major high, a swing high getting exceeded. And that's one of the first signals that the market is coming back to life. So I'm just going to now unfold the data with Solana, and we'll see. I'm just going to do it to the top of wave 1. But what I want to really get across is when this occurs, how do you feel? How does the market feel? Well, there's more optimism coming into the market, and there's the buying and selling behavior that's literally driving this. So the market took off. And what you'll notice as well, even with wave 1, it itself also breaks down to a 5-wave sequence. And we always want to be paying attention to what pattern can we see. So it looks like we've seen so far a wave 1 of some sort, and then a wave 2. So let's just unfold a bit more data. Again, the date right now is February 2021. Optimism clearly coming back into the market. So what do we see here? Well, now what we're seeing is this original, and if we break it down, and the reason I'm showing you this is what we're likely to see in the coming months with many cryptocurrencies, because we're at 0.0 and then this wave 1 takes off again. And that's what we're being patient for as well, Bitcoin included, right? So it looks like a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and it looks like we're moving towards the final part of a potential wave 1. Let's just unfold some more data. But boy, this then really takes off. Look at this. So as this market unfolds, it's looking even better than anticipated. So now this correction over here, we would look at this and go, oh, actually, this now looks like the wave 4. Okay, so it's still long. Keeping it quite simple. And let's just kind of speed it up a bit more. And then this optimism just really took off. This is where I started doing my videos on Solana. And we pegged this top. And it really went up. And then we've got what looks like now, okay, this is hindsight, right? But what I'm getting across to you is these points over here. It's a recognition of survival and the worst has passed, right? And then what tends to happen time and time again, and you want to be aware of this with Elliott waves, is you tend to see 1, 2, now it's really, really clear, 3, 4, 5 wave sequence in a wave 1 in itself. Right, we can change the color. All right, so wave 1 tends to break down to 5 waves. And I think we got the top over here. Boom. And then we know, boom, then we had a correction. So in our next part of this, so we're talking about survival here, is wave 2. What is the psychology of wave 2 and why does it occur? Because we can trade this, we can buy and sell these cryptos without knowing any of the fundamentals, any of the news, purely on the technicals. But you probably want to know the method behind the madness. Why does it work? So in the next episode in the crowd psychology, we're going to focus on wave 2. Wave 2. Why does it occur? What is it? What does it reflect? How does the market genuinely feel during that, the herd psychology, and then taking it forward from there. And by the way, before you watch wave 2, part 3 of this psychology series is take the Elliott Wave Masterclass, because it breaks down the core concept, the 3 rules, some of the guidelines, and also some of the relationships with Fibonacci ratios. And you'll see this play out time and time again. And I've simplified it a lot to really 2 things in the masterclass. It's pattern and price. And if you can understand those 2 things, you have a massive edge on the market itself. So if you like today's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'm going to finish on a quote. We're going to go with chapter 5. Chapter 5 is Leonardo da Vinci. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. And we like to keep things simple. Now, when you're watching the news, oh my Lord, there's so much noise. It's ridiculous. And it's conflicting news. Some saying this and some saying that. And some saying in between, changing their mind. Why I love technicals is the news is baked in. The fundamentals are baked in. And then we can purely just look at the psychology of buying and selling behavior and get a huge edge on the market. So join me tomorrow for day number 3, where we're going to break down wave 2, the psychology of wave 2, what it tends to reflect. And I'm also going to combine not only the pattern, but some of the price ratios that you want to be aware of for wave 2. Why? Because wave 2 is probably the most important wave that you want to identify. Why? Because it's the preceding wave to wave 3, which is the most impulsive. In other words, the most profit-producing wave that we have is a wave 3 more often than not. So join me tomorrow. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see you then.